Hello, happy Thursday, everyone. This is Greg Dixon from Shared Visions Unlimited. And you may know that Betty Withrow and I help a number of writers, book publishers, course creators get their stuff out into the market. We do that in a thing we call the publishing sales machine. Basically, we try to put things out as a book, a print book, a digital book, and if possible, create an online course or membership program to go with it. So we've done this. We've been putting out probably publish about one book a week for many months, and I've had a number of books in the back burner for a long time, and then I finally got my own out. So I've published books in various formats before, including one called on day trading options. So today I'm releasing a thing called Trend Trading for Financial Freedom. It's basically a book, a printed book that's available, and also a membership program. And I'm going to show you that a little bit pretty soon, but I'm going to tell you a bit about why I created this. So I've been intrigued with trading for a long time. I've spent quite a bit of money taking lessons and trying things, especially with options. The book I wrote before was on day trading options, which I think almost everything I had in the book was correct and good. Just really hard to execute, and part of the reason I wrote this book on trading is because I'm dealing with those reasons why it's hard to execute. So here's what I like about the idea of trading is you can give you freedom from clients, running businesses, flogging products, and other challenges. Basically, a lot of freedom. It comes down to the only thing you need to do is have skill and discipline, and if you can learn those, you're off to the races. The other thing is here it can be done in minutes on a phone or laptop anywhere at any time. So the platform I use, I can run on the phone. So if I'm sitting at a coffee shop, I can check the status of the market, make a trade during a commercial break while watching a hockey game, or I could be I like to travel. Bonnie and I like to travel. So it could be sitting at some beautiful spot somewhere in Nova Scotia or Texas or wherever, California, and I can check the result, the current state of the market, and make decisions and go. So you don't have to be glued to a television to be a good trader, and in fact, you're probably better off not being glued to the television to a monitor while you're doing it. One of the Zen masters I followed, he basically demonstrated how he could make. He was doing different kinds of trading, but it was he could make all the money he needed to make in maybe 20 minutes or an hour. And he said, well, and don't spend any more than 2 hours a day doing it, because if you have success in the morning, you're going to get tired and erase all of your mistakes. So the strategy I'm teaching in this book and course involves checking in every once in a while. Could be every 2 hours, every 3 hours, or once a day. If you really want to be intense and figure it out, you can check once an hour, and then read what's going on. So, and I guess I'm going to also say, I'm going to say up front that what I have in the book is really easy and simple, and so simple that some people will say it's simple minded, but I'm just going to say that it's really hard to do, for various reasons. And the analogy I sometimes like to give is a sporting analogy is golfing. Almost anybody can make a 3 foot putt. You can pull some 6-year-old kid out of the audience, give them the putter, and tell them what needs to be done, and they can probably make a 3 foot putt. Most adults will have a hard time making a 3 foot putt if it's worth $1 million to sink the putt. It's just stuff gets in the way. The, the brain gets in the way, and so part of this is to be in the flow. I'm trying to try to create a system where you can make simple simple guidelines about when to buy, when to sell, when to hold them, when to wait, and and I'm pretty sure if you can follow that discipline, you'll have a lot of success. I I'm running a challenge. I'm going to challenge this to myself. I'm going to start this on Monday. I'm going to do some live training from the book, and I'm going to try to adhere to my my system live and see how we go. And I'm going to invite people to come and tag along. You don't have to actively trade, but if you want to trade, you can try. So anyway, without more um, fuss here, I'm going to go share my screen. Where's I at? Where am I at? Dunno. I had this set up a few minutes ago, but I got what it was supposed to go on another meeting. Just one sec. Hold on here. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Okay, can you see that? So that's at trendtradingfreedom.com. And I can scroll the little thing later, but I'm going to just pop me down underneath and I'll run you through this. So this is the landing page, and I've got a special deal. The price is going to go up, but for today, I'm selling lifetime access to the membership, which includes the book for $18. It's basically the price of the book, and if you scroll down on this page here, I'm going to put the little link on the website address soon. But here, and this is the daily challenge. You can sign up for that for free. It's going to start next Monday. Going to do every from Monday to Friday at 8 a.m. And I'll show you items from the book. Right here, if you come and click on this button, it's available on Amazon. You can search for it here. But I'm going to show you. I can show you a bit of the book. I'm going to access the membership here. Normally, it'd be a username and password, but it remembers me with the cookies. And here we go. This is a Kartra membership area, and there's a little bit of an introduction. And there is a book itself, the flip book version of it. And I'll just give you a little quick tour here. Yeah, so there's a little introduction. These are the main sections. I'm just going to flip through it. The prologue was, really why I wrote the book. Introduction is, one of the things is why I love trading. The intended income outcome is what I hope for you, and then this is who this is for and who this is not for. So if you want to learn a skill and apply the skill and some discipline to figure out how to be self-sufficient with this is great. But if you want to make a quick buck, make some easy money, and you don't want to take the time to learn it, then there are probably better options for you. This is not a get rich quick thing at any time. I think you need to treat it as a game that could actually do unlock a lot of personal freedom for you, but it's going to take some discipline. The ideas are pretty easy. Execution is hard. And the skill versus speculation. One of these things is what I wanted. A successful trader skills by succeeds. A day trader anyway succeeds by skill level and evaluating where the market's going, whether it's up or down in the moment. Speculation is um, people may think things are going to go up, things are going to go down. This little chart here showed there people have been talking about all April that there's the halving going to happen with Bitcoin and that it was going to jump in price wildly. Well, pretty much the exact opposite happened, and it's still been flaky ever since. And here again, why I use examples, use crypto coins. the strategies I'm teaching in this book could apply to anything. It could be commodities, it could be stocks, it could be foreign exchange, any of those things. It could work. I've chosen crypto coins because of the volatility. Um, things go up and can go down quite a lot, um, and also I'm using a platform which is standard and recognized by the securities commissions, and it's it has high liquidity. So if you put in $100, try trading for a while, and decide it's not for you, you can get everything out and back into your bank account in an hour or less. So it's really there's a lot of advantages to it. And again, I'm going to teach you to start small. Maybe small for you is $1,000 or $10,000, but I'm dealing with what I'm going to do in the challenge is I'm going to reset my account, start with just over $100, and see how it goes with $10 trades, just to prove the ideas in this book. So a lot of this is I wrote about the energy flow of money, and the whole idea of successful growth is to keep your money going, and I think nothing's more like that than the market and trading. You just have to keep your money working, you're recycling it, and and try not. There's the fickle finger of volatile markets. One of the reasons we're doing crypto is because it's volatile, but it's really fickle. You never know what can happen. There could be sudden rises and sudden dumps, modest trading goals. And here, there are two different approaches here. If you're trading for growth, basically you keep on building your account and have it build over time. But if you want cash flow, you're taking it out, and then this is a balance. You're taking out, maybe half of your winnings, half of your profits out, and letting the rest ride to grow. They're all different ways. Everybody's got a different outcome of why you want to trade and what you're going to get out of it. And so I'm saying here the main factor for your trading success is your skill and discipline. And here's the biggest thing: is beware the optimism bias. I think this gets in the way more often than not. It certainly stung me many times. Is you know Even if you're following some guidelines that say you should sell, maybe it's been rising for a while and it's sitting there and plateauing and looking like it might dump. Most of us have a hard time selling because we just sort of say, "Oh, it's going to go up, it's going to go up," and then I guess the sister to that is fear of missing out. So you're afraid to liquidate your assets in order to, because you think it's going up. And then related to that is when it when it doesn't go up, most of us have a hard time selling, because you say, "Oh, it's going to go up. It's going to turn up. I'm going to get my money back." But it it's not so easy. So I've got a bunch of key strategies, and they're tracking really, really good. I'm going to put in the membership area some spreadsheets that to help you track, and a really basic way is on your daily basis. What did you start with, and what did you end up with? So is that going up, going down? And then individual trades can be very instructive. You can see what you got in, why you got out, and why it went that way. And sometimes um, you can do some self assessment about why you made those decisions. And often here, the optimism bias or fear of missing out will be a factor. The whole idea is to trade momentum here. If the prices are going up, prices are going down. That's something. And then the hardest is when things are going sideways. That's when you're just not sure what's happening, and you need to go. And I'm just going to give you, this is an overview of what happened with Bitcoin for a full year. So for basically half of the year, it was kind of just going sideways. if you had, like if you just bought Bitcoin here and you didn't pay any attention to it for 6 months, you're at 6 months later, you're going to be either slightly up or slightly down, but it didn't really do much. And then for about 5 months, it was on a kind of an upward trend. And if you did nothing, you'd look like a genius. Holy smokes, my portfolio has gone up all this time. And then it just went nuts. So it dropped. That represents almost like a 20% drop, more or less, in about a 24-hour period. And then you don't look like such a genius anymore. So I'm just gonna tell you there are lots of opportunity here, but lots of you just have to expect the unexpected, and be prepared. So here's, this is the obvious thing: buy when trending up. Plan to sell and profit. I didn't really have this chapter in the book, but I added it recently. Is a plan to take some money out of it deliberately. If you're just holding on to and buying and selling, um, according to when it's going up and going down, you can sometimes lose out. So here, when you, let's say you can set a mark that you bought it, and if it goes up 5% or 6 or 7%, then just sell it. And if it continues to go up, just buy into it again right away. But at least you've made money on that trade, and then you're resetting and you're starting again. And if it, like if you think you should sell it at 7% profit and you don't, and it dumps 10% in the next 24 hours, then you're going to regret it. So anyway, and then sell when trending down. Again, that's really hard to do, really psychologically hard to do. And here's the magic. I've got a little trading matrix for you, when to trade. And in a trading challenge, I'm going to be is basically I'm going to encourage you, if you're going to tag along, only buy stuff in the green zone here, and then really not hold on too much, and especially sell if it really starts going the wrong way, going south. And then so that's the win by not losing strategy. And then here the other way is just hitch on a rising star. There is a coin called Bonk that I think it went uh, 40% in a 24-hour period, and I happened to catch it at the beginning, and so I made a 30% rise on that one coin, and then I kind of lost quite a bit of that because um, I I sold at the right time, and then I was optimistic that it was going to continue to go up, and I ended up losing another 15%. So anyway, but those things, if you see something that's going up and it's going up, just keep on buying, keep on buying, keep on buying, keep on buying. And then, when it sort of plateaus, start selling things off. And especially if it starts dumping, sell things off quickly. So that's one way of doing it. Okay. And this again, it's a recent chapter, is once in a while the markets are just crap. So this is here, the know when to fold them. It everything's dumping down, and those are days to go do something else. Go go to the beach. Go do something else, because it's really hard to. There might be little micro. You can see this little chart here. There might be little micro opportunities to make some money, but it's not. It's going to be hard work. So and at this point here, when on days like that, really by the time it gets down to about halfway down that, you should be sitting on cash mostly. And yeah, and again, my trading rhythm is I try to check things every couple of hours. I try not to fuss too much with it. And this lesson from day trading options, when I was trading, I just sort of here I suspect only a few people really understand all the math behind trading options, and it's really complex. They're designed to decline over time, so the value of your option will decline as it gets closer to the end of it. And the other thing, that combined with the fact that if the price jumps the wrong way for your option, it can become unsellable. So you can go from, if you're holding something overnight when you're trying to day trade them, you can lose 100% because you're holding on something that nobody will buy. And so that's one of the reasons I encourage to use stock or foreign exchange or cryptocurrencies, is because that complete going to zero can happen. And then here's a little note: day trading is day trading for a reason. So I find that in general with even the cryptocurrencies, when things tend to dump, it just seems to me they tend to dump overnight. So if you've got anything that you're thinking is questionable, I encourage you just to get rid of it, um, and hold as little as possible overnight, and then start the new day. And this news events, the other day everything dumped wildly, and I was trying to figure out why it was. I saw in the trend charts that it was, I could see it coming, but I didn't really know. It turned out it was an announcement that what was it, the depository trust company's decision to exclude Bitcoin from EFTs from collateral recognition. Anyway, it was a new unfavorable news event. I generally don't pay attention to it, but that led to a general dump across all of the cryptocurrency market. And then there have been things related to ADA where there was a ruling, a securities ruling, and if it went one way, it would have dumped, and if it went the other way, it would have gone up. So it doesn't hurt to pay a little bit of attention to some of the news, but my method here is really, it's more like a zen, like in the moment of what's actually happening. But sometimes it's worth to pay attention to what's going on. And I use a thing called Netcoins. Won't get into that. It's a really simple, easy platform with low fees. There's some staking, and there's a card available with it, like a debit Mastercard that pays you 1% whenever you use it. So you can, at some point, that's going to be almost my main. I'm going to run all my bill payments, all my trading, and some staking out of that. And here, this is a program. We're talking about this program here, and it's probably enough for now. I went on a bit. Anyway, if you want to, oh yeah, just in the, maybe I can go back. There we go. So again, here, this is back to the landing page where you can go get the book from Amazon if you want to get it. It's a Kindle version too. And then there's the you can get into the trading freedom platform here, the membership area, for a low $18. Again, that's going to go up, and there's going to be eventually it's going to be a membership monthly subscription to it. And then here, if you're interested in coming on board, and and what I plan to do is I'm going to go over some of the things in the training in the book for maybe about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to jump on to the live trading on the market just to see if there are any opportunities. And if there's something that looks really good, I'll buy. If there's things that need to be sold, sell. And some days it will be, well, everything's going sideways, and time to go do something else. So anyway, I'm going to keep track of it. And if you're encouraged to join along, and it doesn't have to be cryptocurrencies, I'm just going to say, whatever your platform is, it'd be nice if you got a hold of my book and you try to apply some of the strategies I teach in there. But I'm going to give a prize for somebody who comes up with a better alternative. If you have an approach that I don't cover, and that's really worthwhile, and you want to share that, then we'll give you credit for that, and a prize. So some sort of prize. I haven't sorted out what those prizes are going to be, but we give it a go. And yeah, so that's probably all for now. And again, it can be a very fun adventure. where's my little, well, there's, okay. If you got your phone and hold it up to the QR code there on my background, that will work. And I also have the landing page I showed you there is at trendtradingfreedom.com/program. And anyway, it could be a fun adventure for you. And I think the way to approach it is as a game and something you could learn. And I'm just going to say, if you really master it, become a Bruce Lee of this kind of thing, it can really provide a lot of personal and financial freedom for you. So that's all I have to say for now. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.